All right, hello everyone. So we are going to see more examples of select statement. So the last statement we talked about is a simple one when we need only one table, and we said that we are going to need only two attribute. So the query looks like select B date address from employee. Okay. All right. So let's see another query. So retrieve the birth date and address of employees who has salary more than 50,000. So here looks like we have another additional condition here. Okay, so let me remind you again. So for the first query, it's actually query 0. So for the first query, we are going to retrieve the birth date and address of all employees. So we are writing a select query, select B date address from employee. Here we do not need any condition, and this query is going to select all the birth date and address of each employees. Okay, means all employees. So if we look at our database state here, for example, in this database state, okay, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 employees. Okay, so from that query, select bdate address from employee. This is going to select the bdate and address attribute of all employees. Okay, so it is going to select the records of all employees. Okay, and we are only selecting bdate and address, so this segment is going to be shown you in the database result. So it is going to show you all the bdate and address of all the employees. Okay, so now in this query we are going to find out the records, birth date and address of employees who has salary more than 50,000. Looks like we have a condition. I want to know which employee has salary more than 50,000. So here as we know, we have to find out these three steps. The step 1, find out which table we need to find the information. So I need to know the birth date and address of each employee. So looks like we need only one table. Employee table has all the information. So which attribute we are going to select? I am going to select birth date and address. So these two attribute here I am going to select. Okay, at what condition? So here the condition is salary more than 50,000. Okay, all right, now it's the same, select bdate address from employee. Okay, from employee table. Remember the name has to be exact, so bdate address from the name of table is employee. Okay, where now I am going to write the condition. So I am going to use the where clause, and after where I am going to use the condition, and here the condition is salary. Okay, the attribute name is salary. All right, I am using this attribute salary greater than 50,000. So here actually I have to find out all the attribute. Which attribute here I am using? I am selecting only bdate and address. These two attribute will be shown to you in the result. Okay, but it is using another attribute which is salary. Okay, all these three attribute has to be in the same table employee. All right, all these three attribute has to be in the employee table. All right, so the condition would be salary greater than 50,000. Okay, end of semicolon. And now it is going to show you all the record where the salary is greater than 50,000. So looks like we have only one employee. Okay, we have only one employee here. James Borg has salary 55,000. Okay, for only one employee the condition is true. Okay, so how this query is going to work? So when we have a condition like that, it is going to actually look at the list table. Okay, here I am only using employee table, so it is going to actually look at the table. It will actually scan all the records here. Okay, all the records from the employee, and it will find out for which record the condition is true. Okay, for which record the salary is greater than 50,000. All right, the salary is greater than 50,000, so it will find the condition is true only for this record. Okay, so only this record will be selected. For the query 1, only this record will be selected. Okay, all right, here few things. Actually, in our plain English word we write it like that, 50,000. So it can be in any format, but here we have to know that in our database schema the type of salary is integer, I guess. Okay, I believe the type is integer. Okay, so we have to know actually what is the type of the attribute. So here you have to use the exact value. Okay, so we know that if the type is integer, we cannot have any like special character in between that. Okay, we have to know actually what is the exact format of the data. All right, and what is the exact format of the data we are storing. So the salary here integer type, so we have to use actually the exact numerical value here, 50,000. Okay, so it will find out all the employees and it will fetch only the B date and address information for that employee who has salary 50,000. Okay, so let's write another query. Here actually we are going to write a condition where the condition looks like a compound condition. Okay, slightly complex condition where actually we are going to combine multiple condition using AND operation. So in this query it is asking to retrieve birth date and address of employee whose name is John B. Smith. Okay, so John B. Smith, so his name is John B. and Smith. So I mean the name we can see that in the employee table. In the employee table the name has actually three other attribute. The whole name means actually it's a combination of F name, M init and L name. Okay, so here we are only asking name is John B. Smith, but by looking at the table we can see that each employee has actually name means he has a first name, initial, middle initial and the last name. Okay, so the step 1, again we need only one table because the name, all the name information, B date and address, they are all in employee table. Okay, remember we have to also look at the condition. All right, because if for condition you have to go to another table, okay, in that case we may need more than one table. But here looks like the select attribute means we have to find out the birth date and address, that's in employee table, and we need the name, all the name is also in the employee table, so we need just only one table. Okay, employee table. Which attribute we select? Here we are selecting only this birth date and address. Okay, and what condition? Condition is who has name John B. Smith. Now for that you can see that the whole name is not actually in one attribute. Okay, we do not have actually a single attribute as a name. Okay, we have actually three attribute for name, F name, M init and L name. So that means we have to use all the attributes to find out whether his name is John B. Smith. And the condition will look like F name equals to John and M init equals to B and L name equals to Smith. So here we are using AND operation. Okay, and here the operation, the purpose of AND operation is actually same like as we learned in our programming language. and is a the AND operation is a operation where it can connect more than one conditional statement, and it will be true if all the conditional statement is true. Okay, for example, we know true and true means it's true. Okay, if all of the condition here is true, the AND operation, it will be true. So if this is true, this is true, and this is true, the whole conditional statement here with AND, it will be true. All right, so let's again look at the database state. I'm sorry. So let's again look at the database state. Here I can I'm going to actually scan all the record here. So for only one record I will find that F name is John, M it is B, L name is Smith. Okay, only for one condition I can see that here, only for one record I can see that this condition is true. Okay, and it is going to actually fetch this record. I'm only selecting B date and address, so this is going to only fetch the B date and address of this record where name is John B. Smith. Okay, so let's see another example. So let's try to find out the solution of the query. Okay, we are going to write a SQL from the English query. So we are going to retrieve the manager start date of research department. Manager start date from research department. So obviously we are going to follow all the step. Step 1, find out which table we need to find the information. We need the manager start date of research department. So obviously that's the name of the department, means D name, and it is the manager start date. Okay, so for that we need the manager start date. So looks like D name and manager start date all are in the one table. Okay, so which table I'm going to need? I'm going to need department table. Okay, so I'm going to need department table, only one table. Which attribute we select? Retrieve the manager start date, means only one table. Okay, at what condition? So I'm saying that from the research department, means I'm going to select only manager start date where D name is research. Okay, so for the condition I need the D name. Okay, for the condition I need the D name, and the D name has to be research department. So let's write down select. So again I am reminding you, it's actually case insensitive. So if you write it as like all caps, or if you write it like as like that, it means actually same. Okay, so it is going to still work, but you have to actually write exactly select. The spelling has to be correct. Okay, select manager start date, the attribute name is manager, you have to write exact name from the table. Okay, start date from the name of the table, we need only one table. Okay, where condition is D name equals to research. Okay, so D name equals to research. So here few things actually I want to say to you. It's actually I'm using single quote. Okay, and whenever you are done with your SQL, end it with semicolon. That's how actually your query compiler will know that it's end of the SQL. Okay, and the compiler will start processing it. All right, So few things I want to say to you about the last query and here also. The department name, dname, it's actually the type of the dname was, I believe it was varchar. Okay, it was varchar, means it is like a list of character, it's a like a string. So if it's a string, we actually use the, we are going to actually enclose them in a single quote. Okay, the name, the varchar value, the attribute value whose type is varchar, for that actually the varchar or character. Okay, so varchar or char. Okay, if the type is varchar or char, that means actually it's a sequence of character. Okay, so varchar means just the length can be variable, length can be any length, but for character, um, we know the length of the character. Okay, so whatever this is varchar or character, we are going to enclose the value of that attribute inside single quote. Okay, so that's the important thing. So here you can see what I'm doing here. Select, here I'm using all caps, but here I'm using just a plain English word like combination of all caps and small cap. Okay, so but it is case sensitive, so all is going to work, everything is going to work. So select manager start date from department where dname equals to research. Okay, so it is going to look at the department table. So now it is going to look at the department table. Okay, and it will find out for which row the condition is true. It will find out for that row the name dname is research. Okay, and it is going to actually select only the manager start date for this table. Okay, only one row and only one column will be selected. Okay, all right, and here just don't be confused. I mean in programming language we used to use like two equal symbol when we write a conditional statement. Okay, for example, if a equals to 10, okay, we used to write two equal to symbol as to distinguish from assignment operator to conditional equal to symbol. Okay, but here we are going to use only one equal to symbol. So in SQL actually we do not do any assignment. All right, we do not do any assignment because there is another function for doing that. Okay, there is another like set function, set keyword to do that. So only one equal to symbol we are going to use to write it as a conditional statement. So this is going to check whether dname equals to refresh. So if this is true, then for that record this is going to select the manager start date. Okay, so let's do another exercise. Retrieve the name and birth date of employees who has salary between 30,000 and 50,000. Okay, so let's look at the data. Sorry, so let's look at the data. Who has salary between 30,000 and 50,000? Okay, means the salary can be any salary between, the condition is like salary can be greater than or equal to 30,000. All right, and salary is less than or equal to 50,000. Okay, so looks like this is true for this one, this one, not this one, this one, this one, not this one, this one, this one. So it is going to be true for this one, this one, this one, and this one. The 4 row should be selected, right? So now let's write down the query, and we have to know what condition we are going to use. So again, retrieve the name and birth date of employees who has salary between 30,000. So which employee, which attribute actually we are going to use, okay, to write the query. We need name. Name means F name, M initial, and L name. Okay, so these 3 attribute. We need birth date. Birth date is here, and for condition we have to use salary. Okay, salary is also here. So all we need employee table. Okay, so we need employee table. Which attribute we select? We select name and birth date. Name and birth date means we need, actually now we need F name, M initial, L name and birth date. Okay, so these four attributes we are going to need, that we are going to need to select attribute. Okay, all right, now condition is who has salary between 30,000 and 50,000. Okay, so I need select attribute list. Attribute list, we are going to separate them using comma. So I'm going to write that like that: F name, L name, comma, B date. Okay, from start of my from clause. From we can see I need only one table. Okay, now condition, where now I need my condition. The condition is like salary greater than or equal to 30,000 and, okay, and less than or equal to 50,000. Okay, why I need and? Because that's how I will find the salary who is between 30,000 and 50,000. Okay, and that is going to find out the employee. You can see that employee John B. Smith, Franklin T. Ong. Okay, and then I have, I believe, Jennifer S. Wallace has 43,000, and Ramesh K. Narayan has salary 38,000. Okay, for all other record this condition is false. Okay, so these four record will be selected, and we are going to see the record, see the attribute only F name, M init, L name and B date. Okay, another query, retrieve the name and birth date of employees who has salary either less than 30,000 or higher than 50,000. Okay, so here I am saying either less than 30,000 or higher than 50,000. So let's look at the record. Salary has to be less than 30,000. Okay, or salary has to be higher than 50,000. So here I have actually Alicia who has salary 25,000. So this condition is true because salary is less than 30,000. Again I have Joyce A. English who has salary 25. This also true, right? I have Ahmed V. Jabbar who has salary 25,000. Also this is true. Again James E. Borg who has salary 55,000, looks like it's greater than 50,000. So this also true. Okay, for this record condition is also true. So now how I'm going to actually write the condition, everything will be actually same. Select F name, M init, L name, B date. From I need only one table, employee, where what is the condition now? The condition is either less than 30,000. Okay, where salary less than 30,000. Okay, what now I'm going to use? I'm going to use OR condition. Okay, I'm going to use OR operation here. Or salary is greater than 50,000. End of statement, end of SQL, and I will end it with semicolon. So we know how OR works, OR logical operator works, right? If any one of them is true, then the whole condition will be true. right? So just to remind you, or true is true, true or false is true, false or true is true, false or false is false. Okay, so only this one is false. Other than that, if any one of the condition is true, then it will be true. All right, so that's how it will actually find out the employee who has salary either less than 30,000 or higher than 50,000. So this one will be selected. Okay, this one will be selected, this one will be selected, and this one will be selected. For these 4 rows, this condition is true. Okay, because one of them is one of the condition here is going to be true. Okay, all right. So in the next segment, we are going to see a couple of example where we are going to need more than one table. Okay, where we are going to need more than one tables.